go back through the parts. So I did actually add an extra row here because I realized that after I finish the Fusion tutorials, I need to roll back the timeline. That's this part down here. So I need to roll it all the way back so until I get to the where there's just the mechanism, the rings, and the face with holes. So that's the only part of the practice stuff I'm going to keep from my clock. So now I need to go and Google silhouettes of climbers and import them into Adobe Illustrator and export as an SVG. So I'm going to go to Google Images. And I'm going to go climber. And then it usually gives me options here for filters. So I'm going to go to the silhouette filter. And I'm going to pick one that I like the look of. Let's do this one just to be quick. Okay, and I'm going to go save image as. And I'm going to make sure I give it a name so I can find it. I'll call it Climber 3 and save it to my downloads. So now when I go to Adobe Illustrator, so it doesn't really matter what size work plane you use because I'm just going to click on letter because you can resize, you can rescale later when you're in Fusion. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go and place my Climber 3 and I can see it show up there. I'm just going to place that in here. And so this is an A4. I can just kind of scale it to about the size I would like. And now I need to select it. And now over here in properties, I have the option to do an image trace, okay? And so now I've done an image trace. Now it's traced the image so it knows where everything is. And if you just want to see a little bit more about image trace, you can go to Window Image Trace. And you can click down here and actually select the kind of image you're trying to trace, but mine auto-detected to sketch. So I'll close that. So now all I need to do is go File, Save As, and we'll get rid of that. And we're going to make sure that we click down here and save it as an SVG file. And I also give it a name so I can find it again. It's saving it in downloads. Let's call it Climber 4 because I already have a Climber 3 in there. And we'll click OK. So now if I go to Fusion, I should be able to go Insert, SVG, and if I go Insert from my computer and I find Climber 4, so you can see Climber 4 is showing up there, click Open, and so now I need to click on this face, and there's my climber right there. Now it doesn't show up very well against the black, so you might want to change the color to white of the face. So now what I can do is I can rotate my climber. I can either move them straight up and down using the arrows, or I can do a free form move by clicking on the box. So I'm going to move my climber up there, and I think I want it to be a little bit bigger, so what I can do over here is go over my scale and maybe go 1.5. No, it's a little, let's go 1.2. Okay. And then we're going to move it over here a little bit. And then if I go OK. Now this particular picture unfortunately came with a border, so I should have really gotten rid of that border before I did much, but that might work. So now all I have to do is go Extrude and click on the inside shape here, like that, and I'm going to be extruding through here, and it's going to be a distance of -3. If I go OK, I've now put my first climbing picture, my climber in here. Now clearly there's some work to be done, but that's the general idea.